Breaking generational trauma. Breaking generational trauma. How to stop passing down emotional pain to your children. How to stop passing generational pain to your children. My name is Ayolua Adedeji. I am the founder, the proud founder of the Model Family Focus and the lead consultant. Today is another live session that we are having on this platform. This is the Parenting Talk Show with Coach Ayolua. Every Sunday by 2 p.m. we are here live talking about parenting, changing the narratives of parenting, taking parenting from traditional level to the modern level, working on outdated parenting styles that are no longer working and stepping up to modern styles that ensures that we raise healthy, well-rounded and balanced children without compromising respect and discipline. So in today's session, we are talking on breaking generational trauma. Breaking generational trauma. How to stop passing pain, emotional pain to your children. Please, if you are joining me on this session, please share this link to other parents. Don't be economical with the truth. Don't be the only person to learn. The truth is that if other children are not safe, your child is not safe. Your child is safe or your children are safe when other children are safe. So you have the responsibility to ensure that other children are also safe so that your child will be saved in totality. Please share the link to this session to parents or your contacts, the teachers in your children's school, in your place of worship, anyone that is co-parenting with you. Share this link with them so that we can all learn how to raise well-rounded children all together. Breaking generational trauma. Breaking generational trauma. How to stop passing generational pain to your children. A lot of us don't know that we are traumatized. When I make some posts and I see certain comments, most especially when I make posts on discipline, on positive discipline, talking about how to discipline children without beating, without yelling, without eating, slapping and all that. How to discipline our children without damaging them. By the way, I'm currently writing a book on titled Discipline Without Damage. Discipline without damage. Very soon the book will be ready. Please don't hesitate to get it and read. This book discusses extensively how we can raise our children, discipline children, yet not damaging their spirit. So when the book is out, do well to get a copy. It will benefit you and your children a whole lot. So when I make posts on positive discipline, how to raise children without, how to raise disciplined children without beating, without yelling, without shouting and all that, and I get comments like, I was beaten and I turned out to be okay. My mother hit me and I turned out to be okay. Some of us are even proud. Some of us say things like, I am where I am today because of how my parents disciplined me. How? By hitting, by slapping, by throwing objects and all sorts. You know what these responses implies? It implies trauma. Yes. If you belong to the group of people that will say, my parents beat me and I turned out to be okay, may I gladly announce to you that you are traumatized. You are traumatized. You are responding under trauma. It could be that you don't know at all, or you know and you are living in denial. What I discover is that most of us are used to the damage that was done to us by our parents in the name of discipline us. We are used to that damage. We are used to the pain that came with the discipline style that our parents, gave to us. This is not our fault, really. It is not our fault. It is not even our parents' fault. They did all they did based on what they know. But you and I know that that is not working. If beating is an effective discipline strategy, how come you keep beating your children on the same issue and they keep repeating it? If yelling is an effective discipline strategy, how come? Olaniyan Samuel Bukola, thank you for joining me. Thank you. I recognize you. Thank you so much. My husband is here. Sunday Adedeji, thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for always being here. So if yelling is actually an effective discipline strategy, how come you yell once and your children refuse to stop doing what you are doing, what they are doing, what you are correcting them for? You yell, your child misbehave, you yell today, tomorrow your child repeat the same thing, you yell next tomorrow, you keep the cycle continuing, and you still agree that yelling is an effective parenting strategy. No, it is not. You are traumatized and you don't know. You are used to the pain, you are used to the damage. Thank you, dear. You are used to the damage. That is why you can say, I am where I am today because of how my mother disciplined me. Some of us will say, I chop cane, I chop this, I chop that, and I turned out to be okay. No, you didn't turn out to be okay. You are traumatized, my dear. You are traumatized. So today we want to explore how you can stop passing that generational trauma to your children. Your parents were traumatized. Possibly that was a discipline strategy they knew. So they passed it down to you. Now you are traumatized. What it means is that if you don't take conscious efforts to break loose, to break that cycle of trauma, what it means is that you are raising another traumatized generation. You are raising traumatized children. You are raising children that will live their entire life in trauma, just as you are now. My parents beat me and I turned out to be okay. That means that thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Suraj Gadamasi. Daddy, thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. I recognize you, sir. So in order for us to break this generational trauma, we need to be intentional. If you can think back, if you can look backward, those times that you were yelled at, that you were beaten, that you were slapped, how did you feel? Did you feel good? What your parents corrected you for by beating, yelling, or shouting and all that, did you make any effort to change? If you be sincere, no. So it's important that we break that cycle so that we won't continue to raise traumatized generation. So that we won't continue raising traumatized generation. All right. So generational trauma is not about what happened to our ancestors. It's about what is happening right now in our homes. If it is all about our ancestors, then there is no need discussing it. But it is about what is happening to us now in our home. It's about what is influencing our parenting style. So today, we are diving deep into how we can stop passing down generational pain and start creating a healthy future for our children. The truth is that whether you agree or not, A traumatized person is not a normal person. Yes, a traumatized person is not normal. The reason why you cannot control your anger is because you are traumatized. You are not given opportunity to grow in a healthy environment, and that has followed you into the future. So it is important that we raise generation that are old mentally, physically, and all round. We cannot always control what we inherit, but we have the power to control what we pass down. Like I said earlier, what happened to you wasn't your fault. I was beaten. Mention anything, slap or eat or yelling or turning stick, amorogu, broom, slippers, belts, anything of sorts was used on me. Was I traumatized? Yes, I was. Although I didn't know on time until I began to see what I didn't like that my parents did to me. I didn't like them, but I found myself repeating that cycle to my children. And then I know that there's a problem. While I don't have control over what I inherit from my parents, I have the control. I have the power, the ability to control what I pass down to my children, the next generation. So you may not have power to control what you inherit from your parents, from your ancestors, but you have the power to control what you pass down to your children. And that is what I'm going to teach you today. So before we move on, let's understand what trauma really means. What does trauma mean? Trauma is a deeply distressing or disturbing experience that overwhelms a person's ability to cope. It is a deeply distressing or disturbing because it's deep. It's not a physical thing. Some of us don't know that we are acting under trauma, that we are traumatized, and that we are raising traumatized children. So it is a deeply distressing and disturbing experience that overwhelms a person's ability to cope. The reason why some of us cannot cope with stress, cannot manage our anger, is because we were traumatized. It's because we were traumatized. The reason why we can't stand our children questioning us, questioning our authority, asking questions, is because we were traumatized. There's no big deal when your child is challenging your authority. It is normal. You are not raising zombie. You are not. It is completely okay for a child to challenge the parent's authority. What you need to teach your child is to do it responsibly. You ask your child to do this. The child asks, Daddy, why? You are angry. Why? You are traumatized. You are acting under trauma. If not, you will take your time. The truth is that your child is curious. Your child is not trying to be rude, really. Your child is curious and your child wants to understand why. Why do you want me to do this? But because we are traumatized generation, we see it as this child is rude. You always question me. If you don't listen, that is trauma speaking. Now, trauma can result from events like abuse, neglect, accidents, loss, or violence. These are causes of trauma. It can result from events like abuse, when a child is physically, mentally, even sexually abused as a child. It leads to trauma. Accidents, loss. Maybe a child that lost his or her parents at a very tender age, the child can be traumatized. Violence. Violence is another event that triggers trauma in children. Trauma affects emotions, thoughts, and even physical health. Yes, trauma is as serious as that. It affects emotions. A traumatized person will not be able to manage his or her emotions. Do you know the reason why some of us, even as adults, we can't even express ourselves? We don't know when we are angry. We don't know when we are sad. We don't know when we are frustrated. We don't know when we are lonely. The reason is simple. We are traumatized. We are traumatized. So trauma affects our emotions, our thoughts, and even our physical health, often leading to anxiety, fear, or emotional numbness. A lot of parents are parenting under fear. Why? Because of what happened, the distressing and disturbing experiences they have during their childhood. The reason why a parent will not allow his or her children to mix with other people is because the child was, as a child, the parent was abused sexually. That is fear. Fear. So we really need to understand what trauma is. So what is generational trauma? Generational trauma are also called intergenerational trauma. Is also a psychological and emotional pain. Yes, psychological and emotional pain passed down from one generation to the other. For instance, your grandparents raised your parents with the wrong discipline style. That was all your parents knew. They transferred it to you. You now became the generation of my parents beat me and I turn out to be okay. Now you are raising another generation. That's intergenerational trauma. You are passing it down from one generation to the other, from one generation to the other. Sometimes ago, I noticed that our daughter was becoming aggressive in our conversation. He would shout, he would scream, he would yell, and I didn't like that. So I sat back and I looked, where is this coming from? What script is running this child? There's something we call scripting at the Model Family Focus. For every behavior, there's a script running that behavior. So I sat down and I examined myself, I examined my husband, and I was able to identify that this attitude is actually coming from us. This girl is picking this from us. We should live with the consciousness that our home is a training ground. Whatever habits, whatever attitude you are finding in your children, that your children are exhibiting, believe me, they are picking it from you. You may not know. It could be from husband, from wife, but most habits, most behavior that our children exhibit, they picked them from home. Why? Because our home is a primary platform where our children learn from. So generational trauma is also called intergenerational trauma. It's psychological and emotional pain passed down from one generation to the other. This happens when parents or caregivers who have experienced trauma such as war, slavery, abuse, or extreme poverty unknowingly pass their fears, their behaviors, and their coping mechanisms to our children. When you are raising your children because of what you have experienced under the traumatized experience that you have, that is generational trauma. It is being transferred from one generation to the other, from one generation to the other, from one generation to the other. There are signs that you are carrying generational trauma. Like I said earlier, most of us don't even know that we are traumatized. And when I see some comments on my post, I extend grace because I have also been there. Yes, it took me conscious efforts, learning, relearning, and unlearning so many things, so many normalized nonsense that we grew up with. So many normalized nonsense. At this era, if you still believe that violence is the best approach to correct a child, sir, ma, If you are listening to me, what it means is that you are traumatized and you need help. You need help. You need help. So there are signs that you are carrying generational trauma. There are signs that shows that you are traumatized. The first one is when you struggle with emotional regulation. You can't regulate your emotions. You are angry, you are screaming, you are shouting everywhere. Any little thing, everything, everywhere is turned upside down. It's a sign of trauma. You get angry easily. You are unable to process your feelings. To manage your feelings is a sign of trauma. And this is the reason why most of us, the first thing that we do to correct our children is to slap. The child splits water on the floor. The first thing, bah, will you even ask? Bah, you are slapped. Your child broke a plate. Before you say Jack Robinson, bah, you are slapped. You are traumatized. That is a sign. In fact, that is glaring. That is a clear sign that you are traumatized and that you are raising another traumatized generation. So when you struggle with your emotions, today you are happy, you are excited, the next time, the next minute, everything is turned upside down. You can't process your feelings. You can't manage your feelings. You can't express your feelings. I have said this in some of my videos. I have to take course on emotional intelligence so that I can be able to understand my emotions and to manage my emotions. See, as a parent, if you lack emotional intelligence, you are parenting in error. Because you cannot parent effectively. You cannot. It's okay to be angry. Yes, it is okay to be angry. At the Modern Family Focus, we believe that every feeling is valid. Anger is not a negative feeling. No, it is a sign that there is something wrong, that there is a problem. And when there is a problem, what do? We try to solve the problem. Not that when you are angry, the next thing is that you are breaking items. You are breaking plates. You are angry. You are throwing shoes. You are throwing objects at your children. It means that you are traumatized. You are under trauma. It's a sign. And if you are listening to me and you belong to that group, please, you need to work on yourself. You are traumatized. What you are doing is what your children will grow up to do. And unfortunately, whatever thing we teach our children, whatever habits and attitude that our children picked from us, when they give it back to us, we don't like it. We don't like it. Some of us will disrespect our children. They learn how to disrespect from us. Definitely, we are the first recipients. If that child is disrespecting you, you won't like it. But you taught the child. You taught the child. So the first sign is struggling with emotional regulation. When you cannot regulate your emotions, you are quick to anger. Any slight provocation, you are angry. You are turning everything upside down. Some parents will even go to the extent of placing curses on their children. Like, I don't get it. You are angry and you are placing curse on your children. Do you know what this means? It means you are scattering your harvest even before your harvest time. I'm sure you don't want to do that. It means that you are scattering your harvest. You took efforts to plant seeds. And before the harvest is ripe, you have already scattered it. You are traumatized. Fear-based parenting. Your parenting is based on fear. Your rules, your boundaries are based on fear. You don't want your children to play with other children because you were molested as a child. That's fear-based parenting. where decisions are made out of anxiety rather than trust. Did I say you should be careless with your children? Of course, no. Should you set boundaries? Yes. Should there be rules? Yes. But they shouldn't be out of fear, out of anxiety. So if you are practicing fear-based parenting, what it means is that you are traumatized. You are acting on that trauma. You are acting on that trauma. And you know what? Your child will grow up to be a fearful person. A child that will not be able to take decisions out of trust, but out of anxiety and fear. So when you take decisions, when your decisions are made, your rules, your boundaries are made out of anxiety, out of fear, it's a sign that you are traumatized. The third one is unexplained guilt or anxiety in parenting. Feeling like you are never doing enough. You are trying. You are putting on all your effort. You are trying your best, yet you are having this guilt deep within you. I'm not doing well. I'm supposed to do this to your children, to my children. I'm supposed to do that to my children. Some of us will even be comparing our parenting style or our children with other parents. You are acting on that trauma. My auntie, I can see you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much. So you are acting on that trauma. You are traumatized. You are traumatized. Believe in your parenting style. Own your parenting style. That is why at the modern family, yes, Auntie, yesterday I can see you. Yesterday we are Olanrele. Thank you for joining me. I recognize you, ma'am. That is why at the Modern Family Focus, we advise parents to run parenting diagnosis assessments. We run this assessment for parents. What this assessment does is that it reveals who you are, who your children are, your strength, your children's strength, and their weaknesses. And the report of this assessment will equip you with the tools and strategies to bring out the best in your children. A lot of you don't even know who you are raising. See, if you don't know your child, you are already failing in your parenting journey. That's the truth. That is the truth. If you don't know your child, then you are raising another child. You are raising another child. Knowing your child goes beyond my child's best fruit, my child's favorite color. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for joining me. I recognize you. Thank you, sir. Knowing your children goes beyond my child's favorite food, my child's favorite color, my child's best food. No, it goes beyond that. What is that special strength that your child carries? What is that unique thing? And this is one of the most important thing that this analysis will bring out when you run that assessment. Please, if you haven't run that test, you are parenting in error. You are parenting in error. You are parenting in error. You need to run that assessment. If you run that assessment, you will begin to see your children with another lens. You will love your children more because those traits that you don't even know that they are there, you will identify it and you will help your children. You will also be able to understand how your own personality can affect your child's personality. I've said this over and over and I'll keep saying it. Parenting has gone beyond intuition, like we were raised to believe. Parenting is a learned skill. You need to learn parenting. The way medical doctors go to school to go and learn medicine and surgery. The way teachers go to Teachers Training Institute to go and learn teaching. That is how we need to learn parenting. If you are parenting now, you don't read any book on parenting, you don't belong to any parenting platform, you are not attending any courses, my darling parent, you are parenting in error. You are raising another children. All right, let's move on. So, another sign of trauma is when your rules, your rules, your boundaries, your decisions are made under fear. You are afraid. That is why you are making those rules. It's a sign that you are parenting in error. This is one of my favorite quotes. Whenever I talk about trauma, breaking generational trauma, healing begins the moment we stop passing our pain to the next generation. Healing begins when we stop passing our pain. It is your pain. It is your responsibility to heal from that pain so that you will not raise another damaged generation. That is what is happening now. That is why we see children misbehaving, doing all sorts of things, lack of discipline. They don't respect elders. They don't, they behave anyhow. It is not their fault. It is because we are passing trauma. We are raising these children under trauma. We are raising them under trauma. All right. So the next sign that you are traumatized is overprotectiveness. Overprotectiveness. You are protecting your children. You don't want to. Adeleke Sirajdeen, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for joining me. You are welcome. I recognize you. You are overprotecting your children. You are taking decisions for your child. We even take decisions to the last, the most simplest thing. You want to choose the dress that your children will wear. In fact, we want to make decisions for our children. We want to choose who our children will make friends with. We want to choose even how they think. Overprotectiveness is a sign of trauma. Is a sign of trauma. Your child is playing with other children, and your mind is out of your mouth. Hey, I don't know what will happen to these children. Some of us don't even allow your children to play because you don't want them to fall down. You don't want them to get injured. You don't want them to. It's a sign of trauma. I was once in that shoe. And when you are raising children under trauma, those children cannot be mentally sound. They will not be emotionally stable. And it will affect almost every area of their life. So it is important that we heal from our trauma. Overprotectiveness or emotional distance, either by withdrawing emotionally. Thank you, my dear. Thank you for joining me. You withdraw, or you are all around your children. And the way we do, some of us, we still carry that attitude to, even when our children, when we become grandchildren, grandparents, when our children are married, we still want to protect them. We still want to, make decisions for them. Because we are traumatized. We don't want them to explore. It is a sign of trauma. Know this today and know peace. It is a sign of trauma. So where do these patterns come from? These are patterns that we learn from our upbringing. Like I said earlier in my introduction, there are patterns that are passed to us from our parents that has shaped our cultural expectations, past hardship, and family belief. A lot of parents will tell me when I'm talking about positive discipline, they say, no, so I should not beat my children. No, I don't want to raise spoiled generation. I don't want to, seriously. I say this again. If you still belong to the group of people that will say, my parents beat me and I turn out to be okay, you are not okay. You are not. You just don't know. Because you are used to the pain. You are used to that damage. You are not okay. Most parents even say things like, I'm beating you because I love you. How do you associate pain with love? How? And that is why we see people behaving irrationally. That's why you see human being taking the life of another person. Hey, and we say we turn out to be okay. If really we turn out to be okay, why is our society like this? Why do we have the kind of leaders that we have currently? If truly we are okay, then our society shouldn't be like this. If you look around and you are okay with what you are seeing around you, especially those of you that are watching me from Nigeria, if you are okay with what you are seeing, then I can agree with you that you are okay. But if you are not, believe me, you are not okay. So you need to drop that parenting style. You need to drop those parenting style. So these are patterns that we inherit from our upbringing, from our cultural expectations, past hardship, and family beliefs. We are not just raising children, we are raising future parents. Take note of this. You are not just raising children, you are raising future parents. You are not just raising children, you are raising future parents. The way your parents raised you as a child, now you are a parent. In the next few years, your children will also become a parent. And that is why how it becomes generational. That circle must end with you. Because it has ended with me. I have made conscious efforts. And as a matter of fact, I'm still working on my parenting skills. Even as a parenting expert. As a parenting expert, I keep taking courses. I keep reading books. I keep doing researches, creating models to solve parenting problems. Parenting has gone past what we used to know. Always remember that you are not just raising children, you are raising future parents. What you model today is what they will carry forward into their own families, just as you have carried what you carried into your own family. Most of the things that were done to me as a child that I didn't like, I brought them into my parenting. I brought them because I was traumatized. I would hit my children, I would slap them, I would yell and do all that. But I was not getting the desired results. And that was why I became what I became today. And I discovered that I need to work on myself, to unlearn so many things, to find out why, what, and how I need to work with my parenting. And that was how I started the journey of parenting. And even as a parenting coach, as a parenting expert, I still keep learning. Because what we model, what we show, our attitude, our characters, these are what our children will go up to own. And that is what they will carry into their own families. What are common harmful patterns? Common harmful patterns that we inherit from our parents. They are the traumatized, patterns. The first one is harsh discipline. Harsh discipline. We cannot exhaust this. Thank you so much, Auntie Bola, Coach Bola. Thank you so much, Coach Bola Akiteye. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. I recognize you. Harsh discipline. Many of us were raised to believe that strict punishment equals to good discipline. Thank you, I recognize you. We believe that strict punishment equals discipline. But discipline should teach and not punish. Discipline should teach and not damage. I am currently writing a book titled Discipline Without Damage. When this book is out, very soon it will be out, you need to get the book and read so that you will know how to discipline your children without damaging their spirit. I talked extensively on harsh discipline. Some of us believe that if we don't beat our children will be spoiled. No. The only thing that harsh discipline teaches children is that violence is the right way to solve a problem. And you and I will agree that that is not true. If your child wants you to do something and your child slaps you, would you agree to that? No. But you talk to your child because that is what you are teaching your child. I made a video sometimes ago, I think last year, and I was asking parents that, what do you do when your child beats you? Do you beat back? If what you do is to beat him back, according to you, you are trying to correct your children, right? But what you are telling your children is that you are affirming that what your child is doing is actually right. And that child will grow up to believe that if I want someone to do something for me, I want to get something done, I need violence. So harsh discipline, if you believe that harsh discipline equals to good discipline, this is a wrong pattern. This is harmful. This is from a space of trauma, and you are raising a traumatized child. Discipline should teach and not punish. Discipline should not damage. There are differences between discipline and punishment. Punishment addresses the issue instantly. Sometimes when your child is doing something and you beat your child is likely to stop it immediately. But I can tell you that that child will repeat the same thing because you punished. You did not discipline. Discipline looks into the future. It equips the child with the skill to make better choice next time when the same scenario surfaces. So if you believe that harsh discipline equals to good discipline, that is a harmful pattern. Lack of affection. Our children should never have to earn our love. Love must be freely given. If you are a parent and you love a child because one child is behaving well than another child, may I announce to you again that you are traumatized. You are traumatized. Parental love shouldn't be earned. Whether your child is doing what you want your child to do or not, you have the responsibility to love your children genuinely. And that is when you can accept your child the way your child is and help your child to become who you want your child to become. Simple affirmation, hugs, and quality time can do wonder for a child. If you are the parent that will say, hey, I'm busy. Hey, please, you are disturbing me. You are raising traumatized children. You are traumatized. There's no doubt about that. But you are still traumatizing your child. Your trauma is traumatizing your children. Do you now agree with me that you need to break that cycle? That cycle needs to be broken. Lack of affection. The harmful patterns. Your child is crying. Instead of you to find a way to validate the child's feelings, to find out why. The next is, why are you crying? What is making you to cry? If you don't stop crying, I will give you what you will cry about now. Abi, you are there. I've been there. Oh. If you don't keep quiet, I will give you reason to cry. Do you want to cry? I will give you enough reason to cry. It is from a place of trauma. You are traumatized and you are traumatizing your children. Your child needs affection, love, simple affirmation. I'm proud of you. I love you. You are doing well. Hug. These are simple parenting tools that have magnificent impact on raising well-rounded children. We made it point of duty in our family. We hug our children at least 2 times. At least 2 times in a day. In the morning and at night. We open our day with hug and we close our day with hug. At least, my friend, Olapale officer, thank you for joining me. You're welcome. Those simple habits, it helps children. It builds their emotional strength. It equips them. It creates healthy environments, not environments of criticism. Why are you doing this? Why are you not doing this? You are doing this. You are bad at this. Criticism. Another harmful pattern is emotional suppression. For generations, emotions have been seen as weakness, especially for boys. This is coming again. I discussed it in my last show. When we say we grew up with something like boys don't cry, that if a boy cry, now fuck all, that getting angry is a weakness. No, they are not. We need to let our children know how to express their feelings, how to express their emotions. This was what we did last year with our children, and I'm glad that we did that. We equipped them, we taught them how to label, how to identify their feelings, their emotions, how to label them, how to manage it. If you cannot identify, you cannot label your emotions, you cannot tame it. If you are angry and you don't know that you are angry, there's no way you'll be able to to control that anger. If you cannot name it, you cannot tame it. If you cannot identify your feelings, your emotions, you cannot manage it. And that is why you will see a grown-up man fully dressed in suit, driving a luxurious car. And because someone bashed or someone overtook him, we get down from car and start fighting. The reason is because that person cannot identify, that person cannot label and cannot manage his emotions. So emotional suppression is also harmful patterns. You need to drop them now. They're harmful patterns that we learned from our parents. Our parents will even say something like, when you finish crying, you will come and meet me. Are you saying that too? Your child is crying. When you finish crying, cry, oh, take your time, cry very well. Some of us will even say, Shebi, you cry. That's why we brought you out from hospital. If you did not cry, we will not bring you out. So cry very well. These are harmful patterns. When we are doing that, we are suppressing our children's emotions. We are teaching them how to suppress their emotions. Suppressing emotion is dangerous. When you suppress emotions, you are damaging your mental health and your emotional well-being. All right, let's move on. So how do we create healthier emotional environments for our children? We need to create healthy emotional environments for our children. Number one thing that we need to do is to self-reflect and be aware. Be aware. No, you need to accept that something is wrong somewhere. The first step to healing is self-awareness. If you still say, my parents beat me and I turned out to be okay, you have not reflected. You are not aware. You don't even know where you are. You don't know how you are. Because if you look back, you will remember that you are not okay. You are not okay. Some things that were done to me as a child, I remember now, and I still feel the kind of feelings within me. So how will someone say I was beaten, my parents hit me, and I turned out to be okay? You need to self-reflect. Think, examine yourself, and be aware. Healing starts when we acknowledge the pattern we want to change. Until you acknowledge the pattern you want to change, you cannot heal. And what it means is that you cannot break that cycle. That means that your parents transfer that cycle to you. You will pass that cycle. You are carrying the pain, the pattern. You will end up transferring it to your children. Your children will end up transferring it to their children. God forbid. May this not happen in our generation. Yes. So, you need to be aware that there's something you actually need to change, that there's something you need to work on. Journaling therapy or deep self-reflection can help you uncover what needs to be addressed. Journaling. Coach Bola Akintaye is here. She's watching me. She's a solitary coach. She's the founder of the Solitary Evolution Academy. And I'm aware that she wrote a book on journaling. Journaling will help you to monitor your growth, monitor where you identify where you are coming from, rather, where you are now and where you need to be. So journaling is a very good tool that you can use to identify what you need. All right? That you can use to identify what you need. Another thing is that you need to reparent yourself. We run another course at the Model Family Focus. The course is titled Healing the Inner Child. What this course does is that it calls out your inner child. Your childhood is a therapy, is an emotional therapy course where you will see yourself as a child. You will call out yourself as a child. Very soon we will launch out the course. Do well. See, this time you need to invest in your parenting. If you really want to raise well-rounded children, you need to invest in your parenting. You need to register for courses. You need to buy books. You need to belong to community. If you are watching me and you are not following me on my Facebook page, or my Instagram, YouTube, I have a YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. I upload video every week on parenting. Every Sunday, 2 p.m., I am here. This is free. You are not paying anything, just your attention and your data. Here, talking about parenting. Everything I'm giving to you, they are at cost. But because of the passion, the desire that I have to redefine parenting, I am ready to release these things so that we can all raise well-rounded children and have a balanced society. So if you are parenting in this era, you need to invest in your parenting. So I was talking about the Healing the Inner Child course that we run at the Model Family Focus. This therapy will call out your child, your younger self, from a young stage to the point that you are currently, and it will help you to reparent yourself. So you need to reparent yourself. If you want to create a healthy emotional environment for your children, if you want to break that cycle, if you don't want to pass the emotional pain that was passed to you from your parents, if you don't want to pass it to your children, you need to reparent yourself. If we lack validation, we must start giving it to ourselves first. Speak kindly to yourself and address your own emotional needs. Speak kindly to yourself. Everything that you lacked when you were a child, begin to give it to yourself. You are important. See, you cannot parent if you are not whole. You need to be whole before you can parent effectively. So you need to reparent yourself. You also need to build emotional intelligence in your children. This is very important. You need to build emotional intelligence in your children. Normalize feelings. Talk about feelings. Feelings is what we talk about in my house every day. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Can you share with me what's making you feel that way? And we are so used to it that even my children, they will ask me sometimes, Mommy, how are you feeling? Are you feeling angry? And if I'm angry, I say, yes, I'm feeling angry. I need some time to process my emotions. Normalize talking about feelings in your home. When you do this, you are creating a healthy environment for your children to be able to express themselves. Instead of saying stop crying, ask what is making you feel this way. Teaching your children to express emotions healthily prevents internalized feelings. When your children are able to express their emotions, they will not internalize pain. You are traumatized. You are internalizing pain because your parents didn't allow you to express your feelings when you were young. I grew up to that. I brought that into my marriage. You know, I will be angry and I will keep quiet. And my husband will be like, "You're angry." "No, I'm fine. No, I'm fine. Are you on this table with me?" I have left, oh, I have left. I have left you. Yes. It is because we were not taught how to express our feelings and our emotions. So you need to build emotional intelligence in your children. And building emotional intelligence is not something you sit your children down and you be telling them, "I'm building emotional intelligence." No, you do that with day-to-day activities. With day-to-day activities, events, daily events that are happening. So normalize talking about feelings. Your child is getting angry. Let your child know that it's okay to feel angry. Can we talk about it? Your child is feeling frustrated. Validate your child's feeling. It is okay to feel frustrated. How can I help you? I can see that you are feeling upset. Do you want to share with me? You are creating a healthy environment for your children to strive. Then healing conversation. Healing conversation. It's okay to apologize to your child. Saying "I am sorry" shows them that growth and accountability are natural. I sometimes made a post about parents apologizing to their children. And someone made a comment and said, it's okay for parents to apologize, but there's a way they should do it so that they will not lose their authority as a parent. And I was like, where is this coming from? That response is from a place of trauma. That person is traumatized. How does apologizing for what I have done wrong, how does that take away my authority as a parent? No, it doesn't. When you apologize to your parents, when you are wrong, you are teaching them responsibility. You are teaching them how to be responsible for their actions, their attitude. And when children understand that they are responsible, they should be responsible for their attitude, for their action, it will help them to behave well. You are teaching your children accountability. When you did something wrong, it's okay to apologize. We did that. We do that almost every time. Sometimes when I do things that I shouldn't do, and I realize, I apologize. My husband did the same. Oh, we are sorry. Sometimes even our children will say, "Mommy, you did this time." "Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that." So it is okay to apologize. I know this is against common sense for African parents. My daddy is here. Daddy, thank you for joining me. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're welcome, sir. I know this is not, it's not what we, African parents, most African parents, why will I apologize? Is it not my child? Why? I have done it. Why? No, it's wrong. You are not teaching your children accountability. I was in a public speaking, I had a public speaking engagement and I was talking about parents respecting their children. And during question and answer, during the interactive session, a parent asked me a question that, "You are saying we should respect our children. How? How should I respect my children as a father? Why do I need to respect my children?" Those are harmful patterns. Those are traumatized patterns that we inherit from our parents. And when you as a parent, when you are wrong and you refuse to apologize to your children, what it means is that when your children too grow up and they are wrong, they stand that I'm wrong. So. But because we don't give room for our children to feed us back, we don't know that most of these things that we are doing, they are harmful patterns that are harming our children's mental health, and that is creating toxic environments for our children. So we need to engage our children in healing conversation. If you are wrong, someone did something wrong to you and the person apologized to you, you will be healed. But when someone wronged you and the person is still proving that, hey, I'm wrong, and so what? And so what? The person may find it difficult to get over the incident. So we need to engage in healing conversation with our children. You don't have to be a perfect parent, just a healing one. Your children don't need you to be perfect. Some of us, we are running from pillar to post. I want to be perfect. I want to do this. Perfection is a myth. You cannot be perfect. It's only God that is perfect. As we are trying to be perfect, we are expecting our children to be perfect. It's not possible. If you are on that journey, you want to raise a perfect child, let me tell you, you will end up being burnt out. You will destroy your child, you will stress yourself, and your parenting will be in mess. Perfection is a myth. Your children don't need you to be perfect. Your children just need you to heal. Heal from the trauma that was passed down to you from your parents. Break that cycle. Break the cycle. I work with teenagers. And some of them, in fact, one of the commonest complaints that they have is that when my parents are wrong, they don't tell me sorry. I remember one of them was telling me that when my parents wrong me, they will know, they will not be buying me gifts. They will not be buying me this. No, that is wrong. I am sorry. I am sorry. Simple. I am sorry. That's a healing statement. I am sorry. Healing is an ongoing process, and progress matters more than perfection. Today, I have equipped you with what you need to break that cycle, to stop passing down generational trauma that has been passed down to you from your parents, so that you won't pass it down to your children. Parenting is not about perfection. It's about intention, and every step you take to heal is a step towards a better future for your children. Parenting is not about perfection at all. It's about intention. Intentional parenting. And every step you take, you are here. You sacrifice something. Maybe you're supposed to be resting by now. You're supposed to be doing other things. And you're joining me live to learn. That's an intentional step. That means you are intentional. And if you do well to implement what you have learned today, you have taken a step forward in your parenting journey. See, don't miss any of this session. Don't miss it. There are a lot of things that we need to learn about parenting. And I am ready. Honestly, on this platform, on this parenting talk show with Coach Ayolua, we will explore we will touch every aspect of parenting. And trust me, your parenting journey will receive a turnaround. Don't miss this session every Sunday by 2 p.m. I promise you I'll be here teaching on parenting. All right. Every step you take to heal is a step towards a better future for your children. Healing is not a destination, it's a journey. And today, you have taken another step forward. After this session, you may need to call your children and ask, what is it that I have done that you don't like? This is one of the sessions that I love so much. And be attentive. Your children will say some things that you don't even know that you have done. And I would love to hear feedback from you. Just call your children and ask, have I done anything that you don't like? Please share with me. On Valentine's Day, February 12th. So we were having a bonding time at night, and we concluded that every one of us, we should hug each other, we should say sweet things to each other. And our daughter came to meet me and he said, Mommy, I love you, even though you do some things that I don't like, but I still love you. We laughed. I said, what is that? I said, sometimes you shout at me. I say, I shout at you, okay, I'm sorry if I have done that. And this shouting that she's talking about is not compared to the shouting that my mommy and my grandma shouted at me. The shouting that you will receive and you feel like urinating on your body. All right. So what I'm saying in essence is that everything you are learning, please make use of them. After this session, call your child, call your children. Be sincere. Don't be angry. They can say things to you that you will not like. Remember that you are on a journey of healing. You are on a journey to break the cycle of trauma, the cycle of generational trauma, so that cycle will end with you, because that cycle has ended with me. My name is Ayolua Adedeji. I am a family life practitioner. I am a parenting coach, and I am the proud founder of the Model Family Focus. Every day I talk about parenting on my Facebook page. Please share the link for this video to parents on your contact. Your children's teacher need to be on this platform so that they can learn. They are co-parenting with you. They need to learn so that they won't be undoing what you are doing, what you are installing on your children, because you are going to learn a lot here. So everything you are learning, anyone that is co-parenting with you should also be learning. That is how your intentionality will be productive. Share the link of this video to every parent on your contact. And if you have any topic you want me to discuss, you can let me know in my comments, in the comment section, and I will attend to them. Thank you so much for joining me in this live session. I'm so glad that you joined me today. All of you that joined me, thank you so much. Adeleke Suraju, Adewi, Adeife, Auntie Bola, my friend Nofisat, Adebomi, and those that came in, that went Auntie yesterday. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, keep parenting with intention. Bye.